Hi everyone, Stingray Morris here with a special box break today. Star Wars Topps Shadows of the Empire. Commissioned by Topps in 1996, the brothers Hildebrand did all the art for the series, with the exception of a small subset from the Dark Horse comics. Now for those unfamiliar, Shadows of the Empire was an ancillary media project in the mid-90s to sort of continue the Star Wars brand. It was kind of right at the height of the expanded universe. Which sadly RIP now with all the new Star Wars stuff coming out soon. And Shadows of the Empire was the classic N64 game, but they also made it like a soundtrack to the book, which was there was a full novelization by Steve Perry, and action figures, Dark Horse comic line, and these trading cards. And I actually played the game. That was my first N64 game as a kid. And I had the soundtrack and I had the toys and everything, but I didn't know about the trading cards until recently, and I'm excited to open this box today. So let's get on with part one. Now I'll show up the box first. You have win an original Hildebrand painting. Don't think that's good anymore. You got Luke in the center. You got Darth Vader, and then you got Darth Vader's rival in this novel, Prince Caesar, which I actually don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That's just how I've pronounced it since I was a kid. So, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire takes place in between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi in the original trilogy, and sort of features just an intrigue story set on Coruscant, I think. It's been a long time since I've read the story, but essentially them trying to get Han Solo back, and again, just leading into the events of Return of the Jedi. So, it's really fun, a lot of bounty hunter action. On the side, you have the Millennium Falcon, and then the sort of stand-in Han Solo, Dash Rendar. That's his ship, I don't remember the name. And then you have Coruscant here, premium trading cards, same image, nothing on the bottom. And there we go. So let's open it. So I will open up the first half in part one, and then come back and do the rest in part two. Now there are chase cards in here, so that should be really exciting. Again, in some of these more premium sets in the 90s, that's when the chase cards, and that's when the Holos, and that's when a lot of that stuff started to come into action for Topps. You know, maybe starting to compete with things like Magic the Gathering was sort of starting to really get into its height at this time. And you know, again, just as an easy way for companies to make more collectability, rarity, increase value, get you to buy more cards. Whoa, that's cool. So I'm gonna do one stack first, and then for the second part, we'll do the second stack. So let's just set that off to the side, and let's do it. So we got some great artwork of Darth Vader right here. Here, let me zoom in. There we go. So you got great artwork of Darth Vader. Here's a sweepstakes on the back. It's no longer good. And I believe, yeah, there's 9 cards in each pack, so we'll go through the story together. Okay, you have this alien and Princess Leia dressed up in her Bosch bounty hunter uniform. And these cards are very thick and very glossy, kind of remind me of the Congo trading cards. The Upper Deck Congo trading cards, very shiny. So let me just, and then we have Darth Vader strangling somebody. And since these cards are almost 20 years old, they're kind of sticking to each other. See how thick they are. They're audibly thick. Just a little place on Coruscant. These are great. They're really like full art, you know, no borders, no bevels or anything. There's a swoop bike. I had that action figure as a kid. You've got Darth Vader with the asteroids behind him and a couple rebel ships. That is, I think her name is Guri? Guri? Yeah, Guri does Shizor's dirty work. She was like sort of his personal assistant, assassin person. Triple the power of the Force. Star Wars 3 wide vision cards. Oh yeah, so 90s. Those cards were like super long and didn't fit in any sort of card sleeves or anything. It was a very weird gimmick that I'm glad hasn't lasted. You got Luke, Chewie, Lando, and Princess Leia. That's really cool. The backs are all pretty much the same, so I'm not gonna show it, all of them. And here's Luke and Prince Caesar and the thermal detonator in his hand. I think he was like threatening to blow up his building in the end of the book. And then I forget who this is, but let's see. Take a look at the back here. 5 minutes until impact. So no, it didn't tell me, but anyway, it's that thermal detonator situation. Okay, next pack features Boba Fett also features in the story as well too. So it was just I mean, I haven't gone back and read the book now. I mean, I'd like to. I know its canosity is now probably not canon anymore, so which is a shame, but still would like to reread it because I remember definitely enjoying it more than most of the expanded universe books. So we have Darth Vader choking somebody again. Same person. We have the same image of just sort of a wide shot on Coruscant. Oh wow, that's a great image. Prince Caesar and Princess Leia facing off. Luke, I think there's a subplot in this about him building his lightsaber, a new lightsaber, after losing it in Cloud City. More swoop bikes. Looks like Luke. Luke acts as a swooper. Nice. Another advertisement. Oh wow, that's a great shot of Boba Fett. Cards are stuck. Yeah, that's a great shot of Boba Fett. It'll focus. There we go. And Bossek, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, and is that Dengar? Yeah, it looks like Dengar on the left. Another one of the bounty hunters in Empire Strikes Back in that lineup. Looks like this is a continuation of that scene. And then here's, here's a bunch of other things. I think that's Zuckuss or Forlom right there. And then these look like new bounty hunters. That's cool. Okay, here's Prince Caesar. Again, let me know how to correctly pronounce it because that's just what I said as a kid, but I don't know if that's correct. Okay, we got Prince Caesar and Dash Rendar's vehicle. We got the Millennium Falcon. Is it opening? Oh no, it's being fired upon by a TIE Interceptor. We get, looks like Darth Vader's Executor. Executor. Again, these are all my like childhood pronunciations of stuff from Star Wars. Here we got Dash Rendar, again, the sort of Han Solo stand-in. It kind of looks like a little bit of like Nathan Fillion, a little bit action going on. It's too bad they never made an actual movie of this. It definitely felt like it could have been a movie just because it had so many other tie-in material. Just an explosion. It had so many tie-in material that it had everything but the movie. We got Guri and Princess Leia. Again, this ad. Not Greedo. Greedo's cousin. Oh, Greedo's uncle. Interesting, I don't remember that from the book. We got Lando looking suave as hell. playing cards, and then we got Princess Leia, Chewie, and 3PO in the background. And then we got that image of Luke and R2 and his lightsaber. We got Luke here with his lightsaber. Yeah, these cards remind me a lot of the Congo cards. It's a very different feel for, you know, Topps, like their Jurassic Park trading cards from only a few years ago were so radically different in terms of just the card stock and the style of the packs and everything. But again, these are listed as premium trading cards, so that's probably it. Prince Caesar. I think this is Prince Caesar's bed chamber. I remember that being a plot element of it for some reason, like Princess Leia like trying to seduce him or something. Kind of weird, but wow, that's a great shot. The asteroid field and Darth Vader. Dash Rendar and Luke chatting, going for a stroll. Sorry, these cards are stuck together a lot. Dash Rendar, this explosion. Oh, this is a holofoil of Lando. That's awesome. This looks like the first holofoil, but now I'm thinking maybe that Boba Fett one was holo. I couldn't really tell through the camera, but the holo effect is like really subtle. So we'll definitely go back and look. We got Guri and Luke dancing? I don't know. We got the Millennium Falcon and another ship. And we have Millennium Falcon surviving from another explosion, which seems to be a trend for the Millennium Falcon to fly out of buildings, just flying out of things just as they're blowing up, as the case is the new Star Wars trailer. So, this is Darth Vader in the pack. So I'll try my best to go through these a little bit quicker, but it's just exciting to see these cards. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, just to commission a set just by one, you know, a pair of artists to create the entire line. It's really cool. Marvel did a lot of that in the 90s as well too, which was awesome. Whoa. Is this holo? No. But it looks like Princess Leia getting ready. Leia prepares for Caesar. Yeah, so this is the... Maybe that part of the plot doesn't hold up as much. Princess Leia trying to seduce Prince Caesar, but it's beautiful artwork. Swoop bike. Darth Vader looking out amongst the asteroids. This card is so great. Guri just like throwing this dude. That's awesome. Again, really trying to sell those wide vision cards. Not working though. Again, it's like Boba Fett, and then I think, let's see, does it say who? Oh, Zuckuss. I was right. Yeah, Zuckuss. Not Forlom. But both of those dudes look kind of similar. Jabba. Oh, that's such a great card. Look at that. Boba Fett appealing to Jabba. That's cool. And then, whoa, what are we back in Empire Strikes Back? What's going on? Oh, interesting. So this looks like it's still the Brothers Hildebrandt, but it's it's about the video game. That's awesome. Yeah, I got the Shadows of the Empire video game with my N64 on my, I want to say my like 9th birthday, or it's 1996. So, oh no, that would be my, yeah, it would be my 9th birthday, I guess, if I'm doing the math right, which I'm probably not. Yeah, and speaking of the video game, here's Prince Caesar's like command station, and you had to like fly in on all different directions and destroy these things, and it was very hard, but I eventually beat it as a kid, and I was very happy. There's, looks like our heroes, and there's Dash Rendar. Does he sacrifice himself? I think maybe he, I don't remember if he lives at the end or not. Kind of looks like Arnold out there. I'm going to fly into the thing. There's Luke, and I can't tell who that is. Luke again. I think that Shadows of the Empire was one of the first places to sort of, one of the first Star Wars things to sort of deal with the Coruscant underground and stuff, and so there was a lot of that in the book. Guri shackled up. Guri turns the tables. Oh, is she breaking something? Oh yeah, it looks like she's breaking her shackles. Again, wide vision advertisement. This is such beautiful artwork, like the sunset and the swoop bikes flying over. It's cool. Again, it looks like there's like a lot of sections of the cards that sort of tell different portions of the story in succession, sort of hit on the main beats. Here's the swoop bikes again. So let me pull all these packs out. There we go. Prince Caesar again. Okay, we have Princess Leia getting ready. I keep afraid I'm going to be missing a card because these cards are so thick and they're stuck together. Really awesome art of the Millennium Falcon going into hyperspace. Light speed. Prince Caesar. I had his action figure growing up. Guri and Princess Leia. Again, Luke and this wolf-looking dude. Let's see if we can see his names is. Luke and Milan. Oh yeah, there's like a whole Bothan spy element to this story as well too, which was pretty cool if I remember. Pretty tragic. Luke and the lightsaber again. Advertisement. Prince Caesar and his like guards. Like there's an action figure, kind of action figure of Luke wearing that outfit, which I had. I think I had most of the Shadows of the Empire toys. They have such a great above Coruscant fighting imagery. Maybe Lucas used it for the end of, or for the beginning of episode 3 maybe. So here's the Millennium Falcon. Prince Caesar concentrating. Prince Caesar and Leia together. Doesn't look good. This casual stroll again. Dash Rendar about to fire on somebody. And then if I can get the card underneath. Again, the ship explosion. Advertisement. Man, this advertisement's in every pack. Same advertisement too. And then here's Dash Rendar spying on some people. And then Dash Rendar firing on some stormtroopers. And Dash Rendar during the climax of the story. So I'm sort of piecing the story again together just by looking at these cards and stuff. That's sort of coming back to me. I think the last time I read the book a couple of times growing up, but I'm pretty sure the last time I read it was in maybe like early high school. So hopefully we're all discovering this together. We got Luke and Leia and R2. We got another great image of the Millennium Falcon. A great shot of Dash Rendar's ship, which, let's see, it says the Outrider. That's cool. Oh, these look kind of almost like ship cards. That's cool. Here's another ship. Whose ship is this? Oh, it's Guri's ship. That's cool. And then, oh yeah, and Chewbacca becomes a bounty hunter, and he gets like a flat top. Chewbacca in disguise. Yeah, here we go. I had this set as well too. I had Princess Leia's Bosch bounty hunter, and then Chewbacca as a bounty hunter too, which is really cool. And that ad, Darth Vader. If I can get the card behind it. Oh yeah, Guri throwing down. It's like kind of like the Lego movie. And then the scroll. So it seems to be there's only one holo so far. I don't know what the odds or anything. I tend not to look at that stuff beforehand just because I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to like, because that's not what it's about for me. I really do believe that for trading cards, having their solid base set's really important, and having like multiple parallels, and it just seems to take the fun out of it, because then it's just about acquiring more versus just kind of enjoying the great art. And I don't think there was a lot in this set, because I think, the artwork itself is just so beautiful, above average. I guess that's what the premium label is for, that they didn't make a lot of crazy stuff for it, so. Luke and Dash Rendar getting into an argument. Listen here, you hothead. I could totally see Nathan Fillion doing that, had the timing worked out and stuff. That's a great image of Darth Vader. Prince Caesar. Yeah, this art is like wild. It's very like fantastic and fantasy. But Star Wars is fantasy, so that makes sense. Hey, speaking of holos, got our Dash Rendar holo right here. That's really great. And his robot, I forget what his robot's name is. Oh, his sidekick droid Lebo. Oh, oh my god, that's a great shot. Look at that, you have Princess Leia kneeing Xishor in the groin. That's great. She's like, take that. And then we got Guri. She's an android, by the way, spoiler, I guess. Prince Caesar's personal assistant and bodyguard. And then we got Dash Rendar strutting on the catwalk with our heroes in the background. Cool, so we have about 8 packs left. So again, now I'm more curious to read this story, just sort of seeing all the different pieces of it. Yeah, I really liked it. I grew up reading a lot of the expanded universe books. It was definitely like my childhood was reading Michael Crichton, and reading these Star Wars expanded universe novels was a huge part growing up. We have the meeting between Princess Leia and Guri again. I remember really liking the book just because there was a lot of like intrigue and a lot of, because it was a story about like, you know, Darth Vader had this conflict against Prince Caesar, and both of them sort of vying for the Emperor's favor. This is a great shot of Obi-Wan and Luke. Here's, looks like the Slave One. Yeah, I forget Boba Fett's role in this story, but there's just a lot of like bounty hunters and underground Coruscant stuff and political intrigue, and so it was fun. Yeah, again, the brothers Hildebrandt are so great. It's just capturing moments, just like really freezing a moment, like giving you a lot to analyze and a lot to absorb. Very luxurious, if that can be the right word to use for this situation. I feel like the way the boxes are laid out, I feel like we're getting a lot of repeats, but if we hit a patch where we get a bunch of new ones yet, because I believe I want to say there's 100 cards in this set. I believe there's 100 cards in the full set, including the special cards. Okay, so we got Chewie, Luke, Dash Rendar firing at somebody, like right about to hit them. It's crazy. We got 3PO. Is he piloting the Falcon? I think maybe that was something in the story. We got Luke, Leia, Chewie, and Lando. Yeah, it was just sort of, I feel like a big chunk of the story was getting, yeah, maybe Boba Fett was trying to bring Han to Jabba, and then a lot of obstacles in between, and then all of our heroes trying to figure out where Han went and all that stuff. These are such, the Millennium Falcon is probably one of the most beautiful ships in sci-fi fantasy history. I mean, its design has just become so iconic. I'm curious to see how they update it. I know they've updated it a little bit for The Force Awakens, so something's exploding. And Obi-Wan exuding his mojo over Luke. Okay. So I don't know if I'm gonna get any other Star Wars trading cards. There's a lot to choose from, for sure. Maybe tracking down some of the original sets, but those are all, some of them are definitely more expensive than others. This is a great new shot of the Emperor and Darth Vader. I just love the way Coruscant looks in the Hildebrand brothers' minds. It's just like this solid piece of just city. Kind of reminds me of like the surface of the Death Star or something like that. Greedo's uncle, hey, you owe me some money. Our heroes. Again, these stupid... I should do something with these. We got Princess Leia and Luke. And this is like the piece of art that's like the cover of the box. It's really cool. And then we have Darth Vader dreaming of Caesars. Again, a big chunk of the book was their sort of rivalry, which I remember really enjoying because, I don't know, you just got another look at Darth Vader as a character versus just like, you know, just in A New Hope and even to some extent Empire Strikes Back, there's, you know, he's kind of a mysterious figure, so it was kind of great to feel some of the like pettiness and jealousy and sort of all the stuff that came to encapsulate the sequels, you know, unfortunately, or the prequels, but I thought it was done really well. I believe Steve Perry wrote the book. He's just a big writer of sort of Star Wars books, and I think he wrote the Men in Black novelization, which I had growing up. So, again, it's a lot of repeats right now and stuff, but I mean, this artwork is so sumptuous, is a great word, that I totally don't mind going. And I can't wait to go through this afterwards and sort everything and put them in the sleeves and stuff, because these cards are definitely worth sort of staring at. Don't make them like that anymore, that's for sure. Yeah, this is crazy. And then here's Prince Caesar's ship, I believe. I always thought that was a cool design. Let me flip it around. The Virago. Is this Prince Caesar's ship? Yeah, this is Prince Caesar's ship. And then Gurry's ship, which is kind of cool. It kind of looks like a bee, I guess. Here we got that shot again of Luke and Caesar with the detonator. Will Caesar call Luke's bluff? Ruh-roh. Again, the other shot of the detonator and this mysterious figure. The tango of Gurry and Luke. Swoop bikes. Luke kicking somebody off a swoop bike, I presume. More swoops. More swoop. Advertising. Slave 1. And then Dash Rendar and Luke. Okay, 3 more packs. So, seems like the holos are kind of a rarity. and that they might just be the characters, but I mean, we still got a whole another stack of, we got 3 left here, and then we got another 18, which you can stick around for part 2 and see those. So we got the Stinger, Chewie in a splat top. Such a, what? We got Chewie. We got the lightsaber and Luke and R2. The swoop bike. We got the kicking. Oh shit! Here we go. Here we go. Got Holo Boba Fett. Look at that. That's, excuse me. That's awesome. You can see it's got a textured bit to it as well too. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, you can kind of see the reverse action. That's awesome. And then we got, that was another part of the game, the Dianaga. Correct me, give me the correct pronunciation below, please. That looks really awesome. Luke is not helpless this time, that's for sure. That's awesome. That's really cool. Again, Dash Rendar and Chewie and Luke. And then we got 3PO and R2. Goodness gracious me. Okay, 2 more packs for part 1. Thank you guys for sticking around. Really like opening these boxes, and I've fortunately had a lot of these boxes for a few months now. I just haven't had time to sit down and take the time to record a video and open them and stuff, so I'm really excited to do this today. Yeah, this is such a great image. I forget what this alien is, let's see. Leia visits Sparrow's plant shop. That's cool. Again, Vader and the Emperor. Greedo's uncle. Game of cards, or whatever this game is. Add swoop. Who's that on the swoop? It almost, is that Rendar? Dash Rendar on the swoop? No. Oh, this is a vehicle card, so that's cool. Slave 1. Different Slave 1 picture. Oh, that was another big element of this, was the rivalry between IG-88, the tall robot, that's his ship, the robot assassin, and Boba Fett. I think it was their fighting over who would get Han's body. Like, I think IG-88 tried to steal it away from Boba Fett. I had that toy also. The Kenner action figures had this sort of like face-off. Shizor versus Darth Vader, IG-88 versus Boba Fett. And they came with like a little comic, one of the Dark Horse comics. So that was big. That was another element of the book I just remembered. Princess Leia. Oh, that's cool. Prince Caesar's ship in the Millennium Falcon. This explosion. God, looking at these cards makes me really want this movie, but I mean, it's just not possible anymore, obviously. But we'll always have the cards and the game and the soundtrack and the book and the Dark Horse comics. So I think we'll be okay. Yeah, it's such great imagery. And that's been part 1 of the Star Wars Top Shadows of the Empire trading cards by the brothers Hildebrandt. What card did you like the most? Sound off below. Have any of you not seen anything from Shadows of the Empire? Let me know. Did you guys like the N64 game if you played that growing up? Did anyone else have those action figures? Let me know. And I'll provide a link for part 2 below, so check that out. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more, and be sure to follow me on Twitter at Stephen Ray Morse. Thanks, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye.